Hi there, my name's Daniel. I'm from Transcona Trailer Sales. I'm going to be walking you through your 2023 Intech Flyer Pursuit. We are just going to start off at the front of the unit. You will notice you get this nice steel topper. It does just connect with these round slide-in devices. You got the other end on the trailer. Just line those up, lock it down into place. And you do have a nice little shelf area for the front of the trailer to put cooking supplies on. Just being mindful that you wouldn't want to put too much weight on there. At the front, you also have this nice little storage box. Open this up, and this is where we include the jack tool to bring down the jacks. I'll show you that right here. You do have a jack in all four corners of this unit. They just line up with those slots on each other. One way is up, the other way is down. Once that foot contacts the ground, just give it another 1/8 quarter turn just to snug it up. And it's gonna take any bouncers away. You see we have in the unit right now away. Just keep it in mind, this is a smaller trailer, so it doesn't take much to set it off balance with it only being a single axle. So whenever you are climbing around inside the trailer, I do recommend just putting the stabilizer jacks down. That way that you don't run the risk of tipping it anywhere. In the front, you do also get included a barbecue propane tank holder, as well as this nice cover. And you can just store that away in the front box. You got your tongue jack, one way's up, the other way's down. Around the right side of the unit, you do get your standard 30 amp plug end. You got the notch here, lines up with this notch there. If you just line those two up, push it in, give it another 1/8 turn just to lock it into place, and then you got the threaded collar to really lock it down. You follow that back. You do have your standard 30 amp plug end. Most campsites should have this, so you can plug right on in. But let's say you're at home and you want to run your fridge, or you're at a campsite that doesn't have 30 amp service. We do include a 15 amp park adapter. Just keep it in mind, you're going down to 15 amps power, so you won't be able to run something like your air conditioner. Inside this little compartment here, this is where we house the battery. You do have coax plugins as well as a solar. If you bought a portable solar panel, you can just plug it right on in here and it should charge batteries. You got your little antenna for radio service, as well as a vent for the inside of the unit. The bed on this side opens pretty simply. You just take this handle, pull that safety latch back, flip it up. That's going to unlock it. And then just do the same thing with the other side. Once those are off, this will be able to fold down. Typically, you are just going to want to open it before you tuck this, but you will just tuck these corners over. And that way it just kind of seals it off. I'll show you the rest of the way once we get inside. We're just going to continue to the back of the unit. You do have the main back door. I'll come back to that in just a second. You do have your spare tire on this one side here, just with a couple lug nuts holding it on. And then you do have a nice man door. You do have a overland style little canopy cover that comes out of there. That would just suction cup to the side of the trailer. And then one of my favorite parts about this trailer is once you unlock this safety latch and grab that handle, you can slide out the kitchen area, and it slides out. And you do have your Dometic 12-volt little cooler for a fridge. Just unlocking that safety latch, you can pop it open, and it does include everything you need to run it on shore power, or you can run it off of 12 volt. This cooler is also rechargeable, so it will last a short amount of time unplugged out of any power source. Works pretty simple. You just got your controls in the front. You got your power button, your plus and minus for temperature, and just a set button. And then you just got a couple little warning. The green light will come on once you get power, and you do have a little warning light if there was to be a problem. Inside here, you do have your little stove area. You can connect a little propane tank right at the bottom here. Once that propane tank would be connected, you can open up your stove. You can turn that over to light. Just hit the sparker, and this would light right on up. We don't have any propane tanks here today, but coming back to the back of the unit, these latches work the same way as the ones on the fold-out bed did. Just unlocking them and pushing those back. You can fold this door down. Just being careful, this door can be, even though it is on a assist handle, it can be a little bit heavy. Just letting that come down nicely. Once you take a step on inside the unit, you do have some light switches on your right. This light switch here that's not labeled will turn on the interior lights, and this one just does turn on a nice accent light on the back, just to light up the back. So you got the main bed all folded. You do just take this handle, this nice handle, lock it onto this piece here in the middle kind of, and push it out. And that pitches the tent up, and then you just lock it into this piece on the roof. Put it over top of that button, and now you have a nice little tent area where your mattress slides into. Right above your head is the air conditioner. That works pretty simple. All the controls are just right underneath here. It does show heat as an option. This unit doesn't have the heating element installed. It is just a cooling air conditioner or just fan. The way that works is if you turn it this way to the blue section, with the knob pointing towards the blue section, that's when the air conditioning takes into effect. And if you turn it towards the gray option, that's just going to be fan, no heating or cooling, or no cooling involved. And then you do have a couple options for louvers for where you can control the air to go. At the front of the unit, you do have more light switches, which turns on some exterior lights as well as some blue accent lights in the cupboards. This unit does have a max air fan, which has a controller, and you can activate that as you want. This unit's winterized, so the batteries are taken out so they don't die. It also has manual controls on it if you were to want to do it that way. Because you can store some sort of motorcycle or off-road vehicle in here, you do have these little travel vents, and those work pretty simply. You just give them a push and they pop on out. Inside this here, you do just have some travel straps as well as tent pegs for the canopy and everything you would need to tie up that canopy properly. You got your nice shelf in the front here, and then you do have your main GFI plug. If you ever have an outlet that doesn't work, this would be the first place I would look. You got test on the bottom, reset at the top. This little green light's just going to tell you have a successful power connection. And then you have a coax plug-in as well right here. Right below that, you do have your stereo. Not much I'm going to show you there, minus you got zone A and zone B. Zone A is going to be interior, zone B is going to be exterior speakers. And then you do just have your main little breaker panel / fuse panel. Whenever a fuse pops, there'll be a little red indicator light telling you which one's popped. And whenever a breaker breaks, it's going to sit in the middle, so you just have to turn it off and then back on again to reset it. That is going to be about it for this unit here. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call.